Good evening, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode of High Top Sports. We got a jam-packed show for you guys today, as you already know. If you're sitting here ready to rock and roll, Mr. Awesome Barber will be joining the show. Then shortly after, Mr. Stephen Harris will hop on for Champs Corner. We're going to talk about some recruiting updates, and I fixed NIL all on my own. I put my hands in, got down and dirty, and I fixed the problem. I got to dial it in here. But ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, really excited for today's guest. Definitely a fan favorite, one of my favorites. Happy to speak to him again. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Awesome Barber. What's going on, man?
I appreciate it. I like the audience clap and everything. It's pretty cool.
You weren't ready for that. I gotta keep you on your toes.
Yeah, I wasn't ready for that one. But
you know what I am excited about? I don't know if you remember. We took a picture the last time we met back in August. And I wish I had it ready to go. You're much taller than me in the photo. What people don't realize is that we were on a slant, part of that. But secondly, you're much taller than me. I'm glad that I look taller than you now. Feel like I got a little redemption here for a little bit. Feels good. So I appreciate you.
I put my seat down just a little bit.
Come on, man. You got to do it like that, man. Well, look, I'm excited to chit chat with you, man. We're pumped for Gator football. Obviously, I mean it's only January, but you know how this fan base is. We're absolutely fanatics about it. A lot of changes this offseason. A lot of things obviously we want to talk about. But we're just talking. You're back on campus. How's the energy back in January? Ready to go? How's this team feeling, man, headed into this new season?
I think there's a sense of urgency. Obviously not what we all expected, what we thought, but I think there's a whole nother sense of urgency and sense of this is what we have to do to be able to succeed in this conference and and win games because we want to make Gator Nation proud, and I think it's time we start buckling up and doing the right things to do it.
Absolutely. You keep me on the point of sense of urgency. Last year, there was a lot of excitement. It was almost like a fresh start going in. What I'm excited about this year, and you can kind of talk to this a little bit, there's a kind of a more of a connection, I think. There was a lot of transition last year. This year, there seems to be a lot of guys coming back, especially Graham Mertz, right? Tell me about Graham Mertz. You blocked his blind side all year long. Talk to me about what he brought to the table. Everyone had a lot of great things to say about him, you included, at the beginning of the year. But now you had a full season. Is what we see on the football field exactly what you guys are getting on inside the locker room as well?
Yeah, I mean, the same exact thing I said about Graham before is, I still feel the exact same. Graham is a terrific leader. He came in, stepped in, and, led us to, him as, being one of the guys on the offense that we listen to when he speaks. And, I think he brings a lot to the table that you don't see. And, he's smart. He knows what to do with the ball. Like, you've seen it. I think it's been shown that I'm fully behind Graham and fully behind his talent because he's put it on tape many times that he can go out there and ball.
Absolutely, and also some new faces have showed up this January. We got a big recruiting class coming in, but also some new faces from the transfer portal. I've got to ask. First year, 2 years ago, you played right tackle. You made the transition to left tackle. How we looking? Do we know where we're headed into next season? What do you prefer? If you do prefer anything, a lot of people are asking that question. That's a big one on the table.
Playing right and left helps me out a lot, and for my future dreams and goals. But I think keeping me on that left side, giving me a full year under my belt, will help me out a lot. And going into the second year of being the starter there, I just think I'll only get better and only work on my craft on that side, because I will say switching back right and left 2 years ago it was fun, but it's a lot is hard. But if I have that full spot right there left, I think I'll only get better, only get guys next to me that are going to be good, and I think it's just going to ultimately help me out.
I love that. Okay, so we're all in on left tackle then, because some people are wondering if you would go back to right. So you're dialed in on left. That is the goal, the point of emphasis to dominate that position then headed into 2024.
Yeah, I think that's yeah, I think that's the goal for me. I think that you just keep me at the spot. Trust me, just believe in me and trust me. I think I'll be pretty good there.
Absolutely. Look, I'm excited. I love that. I love that mentality. Again, going back and forth. And some people might think, oh, it's just the offensive line. It's the same thing. But there's definitely some difference, especially switching back and forth technique wise. That look, if I can sharpen in on this one area here, I can make a living here. A lot of guys make a living in that left tackle, that blind spot. So I love it. I'm excited to see what you're able to do. Talk about the new faces in this offensive line. Obviously, we've had a little bit of a turnover on the line. What can you say on what you're feeling about, going into the season, what we can expect as fans from the offensive line?
I think we brung in the right guys. I didn't think we went out there and picked up, just bodies. I think we brung in some quality guys, and I'm excited to be able to play with them and get to know them more and more. They've been on the campus a couple of weeks, but it takes time to build a relationship, and I think we're already doing it right now, and it's only going to help us be better. I think these guys are going to come in and help us out. I know they're going to be here to help us.
That's look. I mean, that's always a big thing. I think when guys are coming in, how are they going to fit into the culture? And here in like, if it's only been a few weeks, right now, the big question on the table, Austin, right? We got a new strength and conditioning coach. We got some yeah, you knew it was coming, Austin. We got new nutritionists. We got new meals on the table. Everybody wants to know, right? You are about to break the stratosphere with the answer right here. With how has strength and conditioning been? You guys fired up? Y'all feeling a little sore? What? Talk to me.
Yeah, it benefits us greatly. We're doing things right now are going to help us for the season. We have the right plan, we have the right mentality. Guys buying in already. Guys have bought in, and it's only going to be great for us. He's doing a great job. The nutritionist is doing a great job, and I'm excited for this whole offseason. There's no doubt in my mind that is going to help us succeed. And it's been 3 weeks, but differences have been made, and differences can be should be seen. And it's great. I will say I love it. I absolutely love it.
That's good. Look, I mean, when there's change, right? That's always a big question mark. Will there be buy-in because you're used to a certain strategy or you're used to a certain system, and so sometimes change can disrupt things a little bit. So hearing, hey, a lot of guys are bought in from what it sounds like. I love the question about the food. I've asked a lot of guys too last year about just eating habits. Is there more of a regimen or a strict diet that's happening now with the new nutritionist that's being brought in? Is he taking a different approach to that, or is he still learning? I mean, it's early, so is he still learning everybody?
I think he's doing a great job so far, and we're doing a lot of different things. It's basically testing. He's only been here 3 weeks, but he's doing a great job, and it's like I said, this is going to benefit us. He's come in, changed some things around, and only going to be good for us. And you'll see it when it comes in, the next 5 6 months. You'll see like there's different things that are going to benefit us, and I'm excited for that. But like I said, it's been 3 weeks. He's still learning faces, still learning names, but
Sure.
we're rolling right now.
Look, and like you said, 5 6 months. That'll be right around the spring game. We'll definitely. You're saying, hey, you're gonna see some action come the spring game. There's gonna be and then we have a whole summer we get to go through as well too. So look, ultimately, it is very early, but I can just tell by the tone of your voice that look, we're excited. We love the change. Which again, sometimes change can be a little daunting. So that's great. I do want to ask you though, Florida Victorious. That's that you guys are connected with them. Phenomenal organization, and thank you to them for having you come on the show. But they do a great thing by having a lot of the players be connected with community service. Can you talk about that a little bit and some of the things that you've been able to do?
Yeah, they do a great job putting all of us in situations where we help, and I think that that's good for us, good for the community. And there's been things I've done like Ronald McDonald House. We go there, make meals, and for families that have family members in the hospital. It's always great to feel like you make a meal. They're not there at the time because they spend so much time at the hospital, but they know they have a hot meal waiting for them, and it only just makes me happy that they have that. And in the YMCA, I did a swimming class for like young kids because in Florida, we have the highest drowning rate for kids 5 and under, And so it only made me feel good, to help them learn how to swim and, put them in the best situation to enjoy the water and also be safe.
Absolutely. And again, I mean, you guys, all these photos here, you're with a lot of the teammates. I'm sure it does a lot of building just the team morale and getting closer with one another. And you're doing something like that together. That's got to translate onto the football field.
Yeah, of course. We're going there together. Spending time together. Like obviously, you see, it's not just one group. It's different people in every single spot, and so you get to know people, even outside of football and outside of the facility, and you get to see how this impacts us and them as how we're helping people.
I love it. That's great to hear, man. And again, it's a great organization. Again, the Florida Victorious and what they've been able to do, and they've been pumping out all the graphics of signing everybody. And you recently signed with them again while we were able to do this. So thank you for that. Again, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys are just joining us, Austin Barber here, offensive tackle for the Florida Gators, heading into your third season, right?
Fourth season.
Fourth season. Third. Okay, I thought it was four,
Yep.
but I was like, third. Okay, fourth season. So
Four.
this dude, would you have another year, like a COVID year? Do you
Yeah,
have
I
one of those things?
registered.
If
Yeah, yeah,
okay,
yeah, I registered my freshman year, so I didn't play with with Mullen and them, and then I got 2 more years left.
okay. Whew. Not saying, look, hey, you have a kick-ass year. Hey, go get it. But I mean, selfishly, we would love to have you for 2 more years if we can. So that is for sure. Look, let me ask you that, and then I do want to hop over. I got a lot of Twitter questions, and I want to give some shout out to these people. But you were recruited by Mullen, and then stayed on during
Mhm.
the Napier, and you've been obviously with the Napier this entire time. We talked earlier last year in April. You kind of love the process. Talk to me about it again. I mean, still sticking with it when you've seen a lot of the guys that you came in with kind of come and go. What is it about Coach Napier and Rob Sale that keeps you coming back and wanting to be a part of this organization on top of just being a Florida Gator?
Obviously, I grew up a big Gator fan. Lifelong dream, but I wasn't recruited by them. I wasn't, I didn't never knew who they were before they got here. But I bought into what they've told me, what the process is going to be, and I've loved every minute of it. It's not it's not me, it's not me wanting to, I think it's just I love what they bring to the table, and I trust them, and I think it's just been the best situation for me so far.
Awesome. Look, man, I think, and like I said before, I think I said it either during the show or before the show, you're one of the Gator greats, man, where that a lot of people just come to love you. The offensive lineman, you guys don't get a lot of love. And we talked in April, it's like the silent beast. And over time, you're like, hey, these guys are kind of down there, kicking ass and taking names. It's like the Jason Kelces of the world. Like you guys are the most fun too. I told you that when we chit chatted. Like you were a blast. You're such a bubbly personality. It's like this is the fun group of guys. This is who I want to hang out with. And so you're kind of one of those guys that we just appreciate and you always expect to come back. So look, I'm excited to see you play, and hopefully we'll get you for 2 more years. But I do want to ask you from Cam HD off of Twitter, says, who does he model his game after? Referring to you, obviously. And what is your favorite hobby? So two-part question there.
So there's a lot of great players in the NFL, but my favorite player has to be Taylor Lewan. He brings that nasty streak. You see him play, or you did see him play. He retired recently,
Busting with
but
the boys.
you
Yeah.
just see what he brings. You just see what he brings to the table. You see what he brings to the field, and he has that mean, nasty streak about him that he's not going to take anything from anybody. He'll go in your face and say words that some people can't say on here, but I think it's something I really want to model my game after. Just having that mindset of no one. I'm not going to take anything from anybody. I'm going to put 110% in every single play.
I love that. I mean, it's funny you mentioned him. I saw a graphic today where I guess he played tackle, right?
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
That the new tackle that took his spot this year allowed 25 sacks, and Lewan only allowed 25 his entire career. And I don't know how true that is. It's Facebook, you know what I mean? But because I think when Lewan was released by the Titans, it seemed a little premature. Like he's like, I still got gas in the tank.
Yeah, I think it was a crazy situation with him. Coming off injury, stuff happened that under happened, but in closed doors. But in my opinion, I thought I was like, wow, you're gonna let go one of your captains, one of your leaders on the team. It was just crazy to me.
And he's a host, or the host of the Bustin' with the Boys podcast. So it wasn't like he was because he didn't go anywhere else. He's like, look, I'm kind of good. I'm set. It sucks, but it is what it is. And I think he kind of wanted to walk away at Titan. So I respect it. And then what's your favorite hobby?
I like to golf. That's fun to get on the links and now
Hey.
don't play great, but you go out there with the
Okay.
boys and play. Yeah.
Okay. Hey, we might have to get out there. I'll get you swinging. I'll get you hitting it. Let's see here. Okay, we got strength and conditioning, but Hokey Gator asked, how excited is the team to play 3 of the Power 5 Florida teams? Obviously, Miami, UCF, and then FSU. It's going to be it's pretty exciting. It's fun to think about.
Yeah, it's you get to see who dominates the state of Florida, and there's no more talk, there's no more of this social media talk or nothing. We get to put the ball down and play the powerhouses in Florida, and I always think Florida's a powerhouse through all the years and still is. So
I love it. I love it. There, a little spice. Pack of Gators ask, what is your go-to hype music and what is your favorite meal?
so my I guess so-called hype music is I'm if I listen to hype music, my mind's everywhere. But when I listen to country music, I calm down, I mellow out, and it's smooth. Like my clear mind, clear head. I can't listen to that pump up rock music like some people do.
I respect that. My golf game improved dramatically when I changed more to like a EDM, like Kygo, like it's like more upbeat, right? Like just kind of like a nice little like islandy beach where I'm just kind of relaxed, right? Versus like Lil Wayne, I'm out here like Eminem, like I'm ready to fight. Like, it doesn't do me any favors on the golf course. So I get that. Who's the guy? Who's the country music guy? Who we turning on?
I'm gonna turn on some, Morgan Wallen. He can sing it, and then I'll probably turn on some Chris Stapleton. His favorite
Oh,
song's "Parachute,"
oh,
so that's the song I'll probably listen to right before I go on the field.
a little Tennessee whiskey, turn
Yeah.
me up, baby. That's a
Ooh.
That's the jam right there. I throw on the after shots, cowboy hat boys. Here we go. You know what I'm saying? All right. What else do we got here? Oh, correct me if I'm wrong, but you were dealing with an injury at the end of the year, right?
Yeah, I was. I got hurt in the LSU game. I broke a bone I broke my clavicle, and the play where I pitched the ball to Arliss and I got the fumble.
Okay. And so
And
how
so I
how are we feeling?
finished the game out. Feel good. I'm just still rehabbing as much as I can. I was battling injuries throughout the whole year, and so I think me giving me a healthy season, I think that's a lot to have to do with it as well. Want to be my best version of myself on the field, and injuries don't really help out. But I try to go out there and put those aside and still play.
I do. I want to make sure I give them credit, but somebody said that you are their favorite Gator. There it is. Gary Paulus is my favorite Gator. AB 58 plays every snap like it's his last, and kind of like what you were just saying, like it broken clavicle, limbs are hanging off. Doesn't matter. Sign me up, right?
No,
I love
can't.
it.
I'm not gonna. When I play a game, I want to finish it. So I don't want to. I think I appreciate him saying I'm his favorite, and I appreciate all the fans out there.
Absolutely. Hey, real quick though, out of 10, back to Chris Stapleton. Scale
Okay.
1 to 10. Rank. I mean, it's easy. This is an easy one, but rate the national anthem last year for Chris Stapleton.
Oh, come on.
I
10 out of
know.
10.
Phenomenal, wasn't it? I tweeted NFL a couple days ago. Go, hey, can we run it back? Like, no need to change this thing. Like, you kind of have a staple here. Like, pun intended. Just keep it. You know what I mean? Just let him have it. Let's move on.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
You
Come
know
on
what I'm
now.
saying? You know what I mean? Like, it's you had grown men crying on the football field. Like, what else could you ask for? Like,
Yeah.
it was perfect. Let's see here. Oh, good question from DeAndre Gasha says, who do you got in the Super Bowl? Who's your guy? Who's your team, I guess?
Well, my team, I'm a Jags fan, so the Jags didn't make
Duval.
it. But, yep. But I think the two teams that are going to make it is San Fran and the Ravens. I'm looking. Lamar Jackson looks crazy right now. And I don't know. I don't know if anybody can stop him. So I'm going to take the Ravens to win it all.
Oh, so you're buying in the conspiracy theory of the logo with the red. You buying in on that? You believe that?
No,
Okay.
no, I don't
Okay.
think. I'm just talking about these are two teams that are showing out the best. But the one team that I say that's the underdog is the Lions. And
Mm.
if the Lions make it, I don't care who you are. I'm going for Dan Campbell and the Lions.
Dude, he is something special, man. That is a guy that I think they're across the league anybody would play for and just
Oh my
die for
God.
that. Die for that man. Speak a great question. Let's not do the Lions because we just did that. But if you were to be drafted right now, obviously you'd be blessed to be drafted. I know that. I know that answer. Who would you love to play for right now? What coach you're like? This would be an honor to play for. Obviously, again, appreciate anybody, but if you could pick, who would it be?
I think it'd be Doug Pearson in the Jags. Not even because I'm from Jacksonville. Not
Sure.
even that. You see, he changed that culture. He changed everything about it, and so you see people that stick it out. They love him, and even when he was in Philadelphia, Jason Kelsey said he loved him. I mean, it's just crazy. And I think he knows how to win games, and you see it. And I would love to play for him.
No, look, you're spot on that. I think it's people might say, "Oh, that's just a homer answer," but if you've been following Jackson football for a long time, the culture has been just a disaster. Like that's what it always seems to be the issue, right? No matter how great this football team is, it's like it's not clicking. And even for those last 2 years, obviously this past year was a little bit of a disappointment. The culture seems right. It feels like it's going in the right direction, which is exciting. Also, too, this is what excites me about Florida football. I feel like there is just something special. I know last year didn't go the way that we wanted. Like you said, we have a sense of urgency more than ever. Got punched in the mouth a little bit last year, which is it's good for you. I think Coach Billy kind of always prefaced that like, hey, we've learned something today, and we get fans. We're like, Billy, we're tired of learning. We want to win. I'm sure everybody does. But I don't know, man. I get fired up. I get a little, crap for that because I'm always super positive. But this team's special. Getting to interview you guys, there's always a commonality for all the players of just the love and the passion for this team, for the logo and for the coaches. So I'm really excited, man. It's been a blast, and getting to talk to you is always a pleasure. I know the fans love to hear about it. Again, we're freaks. I know it's January, but is it September yet? You know what I mean?
I hear you on that one.
All right, man. So tell us where they can find you on Twitter and all social media so they can follow you when you do solemnly tweet.
Yeah, when I throw my once every once in a while tweet out there, but my Twitter is Austin Barber, capital A for Austin, capital B, and then for Instagram is Austin.Barber at 58.
Love it. Last question before you go. 2 questions. Man, if I get a little spicy, because it's been a blast. I really do appreciate you. Who is going to be a breakout star this year that nobody's thinking about on the Gators? I know it's early, but right now, who's your pick on the Gators?
My boy Derek Wingo, man. You saw how he played. You saw how he played in the last few games. I mean, when he's on the field, he makes plays, and I'm excited for him. I'm excited.
This is funny. We did a draft for breakout players. Me, Allie, and Gator Dave just a few days ago, and he picked Derek Wingo. Dave did, and people were kind of giving crack like, Derek Wingo. He's taking that and running with it now. You just gave him the ammo and fuel that he needed. I love it.
I'll live and die by that.
You what's that?
I said I'll live and die by my breakout star right there.
Look, Derek Wingo is a phenomenal young man. I met him at the same event that you are. Incredible personality. Want nothing more for that guy to absolutely crush it. So one of those ride or dies. Been here since forever, it feels like. So I love it. That's gonna fire some people up, man. That's cool to hear. And who's gonna be that's breakout player? Let's give me another one. Let's give me a breakout on offense then. That was defense. Give me a breakout on offense.
My old boy Slaughter.
Hey. Jake Slaughter? Yeah, go. He had a great year last year. He made some strides, and you're expecting bigger strides from him.
Oh yeah, just being able to solidify that role, and he played well, and there's always room to improve. And Jake is a guy that can improve every single day, and I'm excited for him. He's one of my best friends, and so I'm gonna live and die by both my picks.
I love it, dude. I mean, you're an incredible personality. Such a pleasure again to get to talk to you. Loved meeting you again earlier this year. Hopefully, if there's another event, I'll get to hang out, and we'll make sure we get a level photo this time. so I don't look as embarrassed as last time. So you see Dave's comment there. He goes, yes, he's fired up. He's pumped about it. We got 400 people, over 450 people in here, guys. Be sure to smash the like button and subscribe. Also, too, to support Austin here and the Florida Victorious and the Gators. Links in the description. Go click on that thing, sign up, use the code HIGHTOP to get a discount. Austin Barber, man, again, a pleasure. Thank you. Can we go Gators? And I'll see you later, man.
Yeah, go Gators, man. I appreciate y'all.
Thank you, man. Go Gators. Well, boys and girls, Mr. Austin Barber there. Incredible interview. Thank you again for you guys' questions on Twitter. Those were fantastic questions. Again, link is in the description for the Florida Victorious. So if you guys want to sign up, be a part of that, things are moving in the right direction, go show some love there. $5 from Levi. Says, ride or die, blue and orange. Thanks for joining the show. About to be great. I know Dave has left the show because he's too busy clipping up that part of the interview of Derek Wingo for Breakout Star. I love that. I love this team. That interview right there fires me the hell up, as it should all of you. But the show's not done. We're just getting ramped up on this beautiful Monday afternoon. We've missed it. I haven't had the intro. That's on me. But today, we're back. We're vibing. We're thriving. We're going to talk about some recruiting stuff that updated today. And then again, I fixed the NIL. We're going to talk all about that before we do. Let's go ahead and bring in Mr. Stephen Harris. Yes, sir. Hold on, let me get you in here, man. Let's go. Tell me you're not fired up. Tell me you're not fired up.
We back, man.
Tell me you're
we
not
back,
fired
man.
up.
We back.
How
Yeah.
about
back.
that interview, huh?
Oh, that was dope, man. Hey, shouts out to Austin Barber, man. Great kid. I loved it, man. I loved it.
Oh, man. Hold on. Updating this real quick. You just came back from practice? I see you're all suited up all over there, coach.
Yeah, my son doing track right now, so.
Oh, he's doing track. Okay.
You always got to represent.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
So not football then, no football, just track. Okay.
Nah, yeah.
What did you think, man, about what he said? So just kind of some of the things we've talked about. Obviously, it's been mayhem on the timeline of just some negativity, but there's been a lot of great news lately. I think this kind of just doubles down on that.
Yeah, I'm glad to hear him recovering from his injury, and then hear those guys are excited about the new strength and conditioning coach. I know it's only been like 3 weeks, like he said, but seeing some clips of what they're doing and what he's trying to bring. Got a little ways to go, but I'm excited for it. And then his breakout player, Mr. Wingo. I like that.
Pretty cool.
I like that pick. Yeah, I'm expecting him to have a great year this year as well. So I'm excited. He's a veteran player, and he's saying he's gonna try to stick to that tackle position. So I'm looking forward to seeing him go out there and smash some people.
Look, he answered that question like a pro too. When I asked him about strength and conditioning coach, not giving you too much. Not like, hey, yeah, he's way better. He's way better than the guy. Like, obviously, I would never want him to say that anyways. But like, he's got to tiptoe. But he's like, hey, they're making some changes. We're excited. We're bought in. Like, all right, that's a good answer. This guy's done this before. He
did good.
He's ready.
I seen him. He's trying to get those guys. Together. I seen the clips of their workouts on floating through social media of him trying to get them riled up and stuff like that.
I like it.
So he brings a different level of excitement. Once they buy all the way in, well, they're buying in. They're just getting used to him. I'm expecting as it goes further for it to be a little more cohesive. Just looking into some of those guys' faces, some of them smiling, some of them like they don't quite understand what's going on right now. But I'm sure it's going to be a culture shock for them. It should be, or it better be, a culture shock for them, and take a little bit of adjusting to try to figure him out, because they shouldn't be able to figure him out right now. They shouldn't know what type of mood he's in,
sure,
or if he's happy or down, or if he's on your head or not. They shouldn't know anything about that right now. So I'm excited, and I believe he's gonna get the best out of him.
Absolutely. Look, guys, Mr. Stephen Harris here with us today. We got $2 from Austin Taylor. Says we need the Will Harris rap intro. Stephen Harris, but yeah, save.
Hey, look, I
A lot
got
of
you.
Harrises.
I got you. I gotta let Shelton hear it first. Let him approve
Get
it.
the approval. Yeah, we've got Justin Cordora says, how do we join the Discord? Look, guys, for the Discord, we're really amping up our memberships. One, you get to earn your pig wings, the pig skin, if you become a member. The link,
Got my wings.
join down below. But we streamed the UFC fight through the Discord channel this Saturday. Mr. Harris, you were there. It's a good time. I mean, first time doing it.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure this thing out, but just the guys hanging out, watching the fight, and I feel like, hey, like not everybody wants to pay $80, and I get it. So you guys do a lot by being
Right.
part of this family. So like, how can I get back to these guys? You know, so I'm
We got
glad it
some
worked
perks.
out. Glad it worked out. Yeah. $2. He goes, correction, Stephen Harris's rap intro. You don't have to pay $2, Austin. We figured it out, but thanks for the extra $2. And then BB goes, his boy dad.
We need another correction. Correction again.
B Bean says, boy dad thing. A boy dad, my hat, a thing. I thought only girl dad was a thing. It needs to be a thing. It frustrates me because it's hard for me to get boy dad stuff because it is a thing. It's cool. It's cool. Like that's why they're just more just a dad. But let's see. Oh, that's a good question. Taylor Renee says, I wish you would have asked AB if he could have stopped Stephen Harris and then asked Stephen if he would have got after AB. Well, Jay, would you got past Austin?
I'd have smashed him. I'd have made him regret ever playing football in his life.
I should have had him on. Damn it, that's on me.
Pass off on the sideline.
I missed an opportunity today. That's my bad.
You know, I used to be out there telling the lineman, hey, I know you got to block me, but don't put your hands on me. Don't touch me.
I'll kill you.
Yeah. I used to punk him. Yeah.
I love it. I love it. All right, man, let's talk. You were tweeting it today, and somebody tweeted at me, and the interaction one didn't go as planned. I don't remember the name, but I do apologize because obviously, like, I'm going 90 miles a minute. Sometimes I mishandle myself on Twitter. I do apologize. But anyway, this came out, the Rivals, which here's where I'd only like to give it attention. I know I'm going to get a lot of crap. Like, why are you even giving this company attention? Look, it's part of conversation. We're talking about it. It's the news. Yeah. It's just, to me, I have a point what I'm going to get to. So when I saw this drop, DJ Lago at 28, I go, look, I know Rivals, I've been kind of informed all year. They're very defensive heavy, which this class was very defensive heavy. So I was like, look, let's see where the rest of the quarterbacks kind of land. Then I'll have more of an opinion about it because if you go look, I mean, I think there's only 3 more offensive players that are underneath DJ. I mean, it's very defensive. It's linebackers, edge, and tackles too. So linemen, cornerbacks, linebackers, etc. But when you got Julian Sand and Dylan Raiola that high, it's not the look. If you want to put them like 3, like a couple of spots, we're talking a massive jump. When literally DJ Lagway won every single award you could possibly think of. So here's the thing.
They might create a new one just to give it to him.
And they'll drop them down. They'll drop them down. Here's the problem with this, right? So with this, you're either saying that awards don't matter and that it's a popularity contest, right? That's what you're trying to say here because like why have an MVP? Why have a high school? You have the Gatorade Player of the Year, right? The guy literally won every single award possible. And you want to go, oh, well, Dylan Raiola's offensive line was trash. The guy was booty cheeks at Buford. And then he quits on Georgia to go to Nebraska. Julian Sand, I don't know too much about him, but I know the stats were nowhere near what DJ Lagway's were. Not even close. So again, it doesn't mean anything, right? You gotta put the pads on and play. I guess what frustrates me is that we're in a society now where you can have horrible takes like this. And the problem is they got a ton of clicks, a ton of interaction for this, and there's no repercussions for it. That's my issue with this. You can be blatantly wrong, and it's beneficial for you to be blatantly wrong than it is to be right.
Of course. And then there's no accountability. They're not going to come out and defend their stance on it or nothing. Of course, they'll have some talking people that just love who they love and come out in defense for them. But you can't have 2, 6, and 28. And this guy's got every award possible known. So, you know, they just like to stir the pot. It's crazy. The Gators are big ticket. The Gators are a big ticket, and it's been proven all year. And even, you know, for our guy to move up to take the number 1 spot on the other side.
We're getting there. We're getting
you
there.
know, something to hold on to.
Yeah. So look, this is where it even gets even more interesting, right? We go to
Yeah, it's
247.
so
He's the third ranked. Oop,
yeah.
I gotta bring you back in here. Sorry. He's the third player overall, not number one quarterback, and the third player overall, and they had him 28th,
Yeah,
right? Which is just,
yeah.
and I don't even think they had LJ McCray in the top 28 to 25. I don't know. I know that they had Miles Graham at 29. I don't even think LJ was that high up, to be honest with you. So look, here's
No,
my thing.
someone be hating on this too, I ain't gonna lie.
Well, my thing is like when you've got a consensus, 247 has him number one. Like if you would have put Royola at one and he like the fourth best player and maybe DJ at like the fourth best but the second quarterback, whatever. We're splitting hairs. I'm not gonna throw a fit
Yeah.
about that. That's just kind of a preference thing. But damn near 25 spots? Like, come on,
Yeah,
dude. When
you
he's
telling me it's 28 players better than him, 27 players better than him?
and every other
Come on.
site has him at 3. Like it's just like there's a level of being different, and there's just a level of just like, hey, I'm desperate. I need attention.
Of disrespect. Yeah, and yeah, your attention is making you very disrespectful. You see
It's
that thirsty for clicks, that is looking crazy.
yeah, it's extremely it's frustrating to see this kind of play out. Again, I don't use Rivals. I've never used Rivals before. Hence why when the person tagged me in it, I was like, I don't even use Rivals because they're so bad about their keeping up with it. I think is another thing. Like they only update like 2 or 3 times a year. What is funny though, the one other time that I used Rivals was when Chauncey Bowens flipped to Georgia. We've had a whole show about this. It was an incredible show. He flipped to
Right.
Georgia. This is not me being dramatic. He skyrocketed 120 plus spots overnight in the middle of the summer, Stephen Harris.
Yeah.
We hadn't played a snap.
That's crazy.
And
That's
now
crazy.
247
I
just
think they-
dropped today, and Kanan Daniels is the 13th best running back, and Chauncey Bowens is 40th, and not even nationally ranked.
Yeah.
So
They must have some crazy algorithm that they're watching and like, hey, these guys like us over here. Let's jump a million spots.
the algorithm is, hey, Georgia just landed another one. They're paying our bill. Let's go ahead and feed that. That's
right. Right.
And look, I
Crazy.
mean, the one thing I do also want to talk about this, like how incredible this is how important this graphic is here. I went back for the last few years and took a look of 2020. Let me pull it up because I don't want to mess this up on the
Mhm.
impact that a top 10 player has for your team. So somebody like an LJ McCray, look, I don't think we'll see DJ Lagway that much just because of Graham Mertz, but I'm sure he'll definitely be making his presence felt, which is exciting. But again, why I'm
Really?
so excited
Really?
about LJ. Look at the last year's class. Arch Manning, again, quarterbacks a little bit different category in my opinion. But Keon Keeley started, huge impact for that Alabama team. Zachariah Branch.
It's not up.
Oh, I'm just looking at it. It's in my
Okay.
screen. Yeah. Zachariah Branch from USC, massive year as a wide receiver there. Dante Moore was balling as a quarterback at UCLA. Caleb Downs, we all know the freak that he was, right? Caden Proctor, Francis Magnago, offensive tackle at Miami. That's last year's class. So a lot of guys that are freshmen that had significant impact. 2022, Travis Hunter, Walter Nolan, big pickup, just transferred to Ole Miss. Luther Burden, wide receiver. We saw what he's been doing. Michael Williams of Georgia. I don't know what he's done. Harold Perkins, linebacker from LSU, his freshman year, massive impact. So my point is that these top 10 players, you're getting something special in here, and we've got 2 of them, which again, this is why I get really excited about the future of the Florida Gators.
Yeah. No, 2 of them. People are scratching to get one. Some people are scratching to get one in the top 20. For us to have 2 in the top 10 is
Top
massive.
5.
And
2 in the
I
top
believe
5.
both of them are going to contribute. Yeah, in the top 5. Sorry, it's massive. I believe LJ McCray is going to come in and contribute right away. Going to get some good playing time, and I think we're going to trickle DJ in. I think we should. I've seen it done in my senior year. Of course, we had Chris Leak, and we trickled some Tebow in there. I think DJ as a freshman is coming in with a better package than Tebow. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see a little more wrinkles. It's not taking away nothing from Mertz, but we do want to see what we have. We want to test drive the car a little bit.
I love that. I do want to get your
Ferrari for a spin.
I do want to get your opinion on this. You're familiar with defensive linemen, right? And kind of just the overall work of defensive
Mhm.
line.
Of course.
Okay, cool. I was just making sure. I don't know if you saw my video I posted this morning,
I
actually.
did.
Oh, big fan.
Mhm. Of course. Tuned in. Hey, we got over 500 people in here. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel.
Steven Harris and my mama, y'all be like just getting on the chat hard, man. Y'all be tag teaming the chat on. I love it.
Big Mama, hey, teamwork make the dream work.
I love it. Look, I do want to get your opinion because I'm just, I'm talking head. I want to get your thoughts. So there was 3 parts. If you guys haven't seen it, check it out. I kind of break down what is to come from where we were. What you're looking at here is my prediction going into next season. Now, we don't have everybody here, but I do want to get
Mhm.
your thoughts. How do you feel about this defensive line compared to what we saw last year? Should we be excited? Are there things to be keep concerned about? Someone who has a more expert than me. What are your thoughts?
I have zero concerns. I think we have a lot to be excited about. We have returning players. Our big guy, Big Cam. Of course, we got Tyreek Sapp coming back, Mr. Energy Man, the one that's gonna get those guys fired up. Um, and we got addition with LJ McCray. You know what I mean? I'm excited to see Justice Boone do his thing, TJ Cersei, those guys showed great capabilities. And even Kelby Collins out there coming in, rushing off the edge a little bit. But I'm excited about the work that they're about to put in with the new coach. Um, just from what they did last year, I just saw areas where they could improve. And I believe with this new coach, they're going to do that. We have Slackman coming in, like you said before, it was rated like a 90 something, you said,
Yeah, 90.1.
on this PF.
Yep.
Right. And then we have Cam that was a 70 something, right?
79. Yep.
Easily, easily with this new coach, Cam is going to be a 90 easily. That just from the little things that they could have improved on. And so we have 2 guys that rated out a 70. I think Tyreek rated a 70,
Mhm.
you said. And Cam, those guys are going to be Cam's going to be in the 90. Tyreek could easily be 89, 90 by the end of next season. So I expect a massive improvement just from what the defensive line Coach Chapman brings to the table, as far as what he's able to teach these guys, technique wise, and just the game, knowing the game and what to expect, which helps you out a lot as a defensive lineman. I'm very, 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 very excited to see what the product is going to be that we're going to put out, just based off Coach Chapman alone, and these guys being hungry and knowing. I put pressure on them. I know they follow me, they see me, and it's Smash season 2024. We got to smash. It's no excuses. If they listening, I don't want to hear nothing. I want y'all to go out there, ball and smash, man. The workouts, y'all better be
So,
putting it in. You know what I mean? But I know Coach Chapman gonna bring it out of him once he gets able to get his hands on them.
and I think
So
that's where I was talking about too. What excites me is
I'm
that
very excited.
when you and I spoke a lot last year, we watched, and I learned a lot being able to speak with you and watch the film with you and break it down with you. Is there's 2 things that we noticed. One, just physically outmanned, which is starting now, which we just heard Austin Barber talk about, which is nutrition and just
Right.
strength and conditioning. You can't. We talked about it. Like, I mean, we're like
Yeah.
halfway through. We're like, well, we can't fix us just getting our ass beat. Like that is what it is. And the other concern was lining up, right?
Right.
Just simple, just basic 1-on-1. Like, hey, like
Yeah.
line up in the right spot. Be prepared. And I think a lot of it had to
Yeah.
do, which is why we saw a departure of Coach Chaos. It's maybe just a miscommunication with Austin and the defensive line coach. And so now you got to believe these guys that are coming in, Will Harris
Yeah.
and Chapman, that there is going to be more cohesion on top of the linebacker play, which plays a factor into the success of the D line. Are the guys filling in the gaps properly? Can I trust the guy behind me to do his job?
Right.
So I fully send mine. I feel like there was
Right.
a lot of concern on that. So those things excite me. Again, it's all what ifs, but that's what we're excited about.
Yeah, no, definitely. but those things the stuff we saw last year are fixable when you get a unit that's playing together and are on the same track. Um, and I believe, with the new addition with the linebacker coach and Coach Chapman and Austin, I think those guys really have something to prove. And I just like the energy from them. And then you include, Will Harris. The defense has a lot to be excited about, man. We got a complete overhaul, but the guys that we have are A1 guys. Is exactly what we needed. And just coming from a guy who played on the 06 team and 05 team, we didn't have Coach Madison uh, to help our defensive line during the 04, 03, 02. And we sucked on defense. Coach Madison, if you can ask any defensive lineman that played under him, changed all of our lives, changed the way we play the game. And Carlos Dunlap gave this guy high praise. I researched him and looked at what he does and what he brings to the game, and he's cut from similar cloth. So it's gonna be night and day. It's gonna be night and day.
I'm excited. I mean everyone should be excited. And the last little bit here that I have for us is the NIL is a wild, wild west. There's that article that came out about Ohio State basically admitting to paying their players $13 million, which it's not even admitting anymore. It's out in the open with the NIL and how it's being structured in the collective. And look, I think I'm going to do a better job of being more vocal about Florida Victorious, because I wish our coaching staff and AD would be more supportive and push it. It's like, look, we need this to be successful. You've got Kirby retweeting their collective. Now, CJ Stroud just before the show donated $100,000 to the collective. So now you've got former players investing into understanding that, hey, for us to be successful in this new environment, here's what is needed. In Ohio State, I spoke sometime last year in the summer. They were slipping back a little bit. They were falling behind the 8 ball, and I was reading about it, is that their collective was not bought in. And an article was released, that $13 million article. Ryan Day was like, hey, we need $13 million. Right now, the speed limit's 45. We're all going 45, but we're getting passed because everyone else is speeding, right? So we gotta go a little bit faster. And look, when you've got all these people that are just blatantly saying like, here's the rule, you gotta make some changes. But my concern is right now, because the talk is before NIL, you had the bag money. That's how the guys were getting the big recruits, right? You could recruit your ass off, but somebody would show up to the door and go, here's this, come play here. And that was it. Now you've got open, NIL that's happening. So you got certain people falling behind. You got the rich getting richer, the poor getting poor. So obviously the biggest thing is like, okay, let's put a cap on it. Let's put a spend on each team. Okay, that's cool. But guess what? Now we just go right backwards. We're back to the bag era, right? Because you got a cap, and now everyone's just gonna go behind the door.
How do I beat the cap?
Yeah, right. How do I? And so look, I think, and this is where the next step is to go, because how we grade these players now with stars, we got to start grading them with the value. There's that NIL valuation that On3 does, but think about it like this. We can watch the NFL and know that, okay, somebody's either taking a pay cut, or the situation that happened when New England, Tom Brady would always take a pay cut. And they're like, why does this guy keep getting paid less? Then it came out, which was investigated, nothing really came of it, that Robert Kraft had some connections with certain people and certain companies, and Tom was just reeling in basically the sponsorships.
It looks like less on paper.
Exactly. Someone else is paying me. Someone else is paying the other part of it, right? But if you give the players a value,
I take that yacht for $20 million.
Yeah, if you have let's say the cap is $10 million per team, and you've got, it's basically like FanDuel or like DraftKings when you have a value to each player. This player is worth this much. If you've got 10 guys that are worth $1 million, right? Let's just I'm making prices up, and you've signed 20 more guys. It's like something's not right here. The math's not making sense.
You got to be over your cap, right?
And again, like, it's not saying some guys may take less, but you ain't having everybody take less. And that's where, look, the accountability is, if you are having somebody paid underneath the table, the punishment has to be so astonishing to everybody involved that it's like, I don't want to be even close to that. And I think that's how we can get this thing under control a little bit, where it's like, hey, look, recruiting matters. Your donations still matter, right? Because just because there's a salary cap doesn't mean schools will be able to fund that. I mean, you see it now. You've got cheap owners that won't put all the money
Right,
into it
right.
just because the cap is there. You still have all these things that are in factor, but it kind of again keeps everything to where it's a healthy. Look, it's never going to be fixed, but I did my best today to try to rally the troops and figure
No,
out how to fix
yeah.
it.
It's gonna be, it's going that's gonna take a lot of moving parts. It's gonna take committees and different things, people who are gonna evaluate these players to determine their value. And that's gonna have to be
I mean, they're doing it
trusted.
now. They're doing it now with the stars.
But
It's no
yeah,
different. It's no different.
yeah. Well, yeah, yeah. But I mean, these guys gonna have to be sanctioned then by the NCAA saying, "Hey, you guys are the ones that get to say what they're worth a bit, whether it's 5 or 6 guys, 7 guys." But then it's going to be tough. I'm not saying that it can't be done, but that's a start. We're going to have to start doing that. But I think the crazy, when I think about what they say college football is the realignment part of it, I think it's like probably like what they knew would happen. And this is part of the realignment to get some teams to power up. You know, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. I'm
It
trying
is
to be
crazy.
more involved with Florida Victorious. I know that we need the funds. More people should be involved, and there is a lot of unknown. But one thing I know for sure is I want the Gators to win, and if this is the pot that we got to deal with, then I want to make sure that pot is being filled up. I hate losing. I'm a diehard Gator, so whatever it takes for us to win, I'm gonna be with that. And whatever further discussions we know we can have to get more involvement, because it's definitely necessary. um like you said, it comes out they paying 13 million to their players, and it's just crazy because you don't know what's going on or what's what, but you do get leaks, and it make you kind of think. But Florida, I want to see our program on top, so I'm gonna do whatever I need to do to help support Florida Victoria.
Well, look, and I think the biggest thing right now is we see guys come and they leave, and it's like, hey, why are we whiffing on these guys? And right now, the players are
It's
determining their,
tough, yeah,
but the players are determining their value, right? They're coming in saying, hey, I'm worth X,
yeah.
and I believe coaches are probably already putting a value, like, hey, based on what we have and what you produced, this is how we value you. But because there isn't an
Mhm.
a consensus, an agreement on the value, somebody will pay
Yeah,
that outrageous rate.
yeah,
You got to just find them.
yeah,
And that's where I think people are
yeah,
starting to get
and
frustrated. Well, if we're not paying it, someone else will.
yeah,
We're going to end up losing. Like it's
yeah,
it's
and
tough.
we
I don't
need
know.
to have more liaisons too between the more liaisons between the parents and the school. So the school's not giving the harsh news saying, "Hey, your son's really not worth that," but come here and get developed. so, so we need some people to soften the blow. People that know football, maybe some former players or something that's close to the program that can be that buffer between the school and the parents and all that. Because relationships, when you start talking money, man, things get sticky. And they got all type of NDAs and stuff attached to these things, and we want to do what's right, and we may lose some players trying to do what's right because you don't want to take the sanctions that come with it. So I believe in what we have at Florida Victorious, and they're doing a lot of other things to get it right and make it the strongest it could possibly be. So I'm happy.
Abs- Absolutely, Jen. She's an absolute blessing over there at Florida Victorious. I've been working with her for the
Yeah,
past 2 years now, and as again, she always helps us land these interviews, which obviously are fantastic. It's made me closer to the team more than ever before. I've got to interview the basketball team, the gymnastics team, the girls
yeah,
basketball
yeah,
team, it's baseball team. It's been an absolute pleasure. So, look, man, good stuff. Great conversations. I really
yeah.
enjoyed it. Glad to get back in the saddle here with Champs Corner. Of course, we'll have our Wednesday
Yes,
show.
sir.
Should be a rowdy one. Obviously, we landed Jameer Grimsley yesterday. Big pickup. There's a lot of murmurs.
Yeah, man.
We could see some more suit. Keep the suit ready. I've been told. So we're keeping our eyes and ears peeled on what's going to happen. But that's all I got for
Shout
you
out to
guys.
Coach Will Harris, man. Shout out to Coach Harris, man.
Oh, hey, a little chess.
Yeah, big chest guy.
He's working.
Hopefully we get him on. I'm working to try to get him on the show, man. So we can get to know him.
Hey,
Let the Gator Nation
Harris to Harris.
figure
You
out
know what
who
I
he
mean?
is. Yeah, we might be cousins. I got to check the lineage.
You gotta check the tree. Well, tell Mr. Stephen Harris where they can
Yeah.
find the non-chess playing Harris on Twitter.
The non-chess player Harris is on X at I am famous 365. No, famous 365. I'm sorry, just famous 365. And I'm on Instagram at Stephen Harris 93 Gator, and just Facebook Stephen Harris.
I appreciate you, man. Go Gators. You guys be good. Have yourself a great Monday. Great Monday show. I mean, you
Yes,
got to
sir.
love it when you get to
Gators,
interview
baby.
a player, man. Go Gators, boys. Appreciate you.